Hello! In this video I wanted to introduce you to the fishing tackle box and the little toolbox that I have at the Silhouette online store and at LoriWhitlock.com in SVG format. Basically they're just these cute little boxes with these darling little handles on them, and the lids slip right off and have plenty of space for you to put in some little gifts and things for Dad on Father's Day or birthday or whatever. It's just nice to have some masculine boxes for gift giving. So this is what they look like, and again this one's just a slip lid as well. It just slips right off. So I'm going to set these aside and then I'll show you how this lid assembles especially. These are the pieces for the toolbox. The pieces for the tackle box are very similar. You've just got covering panels for all of the sides and then some embellishments for that as well. But basically the handle is assembled exactly the same, and it's just this little slip lid box like this. So the first thing for the base of the box, there's just these 4 glue tabs. So really simple. Just go ahead and fold all of your score marks towards the inside, and then you'll put some adhesive on those 4 glue tabs just like this. And that's really all there is to it. Now you just fold those sides right up and glue those into place. Okay, so there is the base of the toolbox. I'm going to go ahead and set that aside and show you how to put together the lid. So those are all of the pieces for the little handle right here. And this is what the lid looks like. And the fishing tackle box is going to look very similar to this lid, except it's going to be just a little bit different in the corners. But basically there's just these angled little glue tabs. They're about 1/2 inch wide, and you'll put glue on each of those just like this, and then just fold it right up till it forms the lid. Okay, so starting in this corner, just make sure you have all of your score marks folded toward the inside and the end here as well. And then just these little angles should just line right up with the side of the toolbox lid. So just like that on all 4 sides there. And just make sure everything lines up really well. Okay, little extra adhesive there. Okay, so then, okay, once you have all 4 of those glued into place, your lid is basically formed. And you'll notice on the front edge here, there's an extra little piece that hangs down. And you'll notice that I have 2 little pieces in the file. There's a black piece and then a gray piece, and they're glued together. And the black piece is behind the gray, and there's holes here so that you can put brads through. So you just line that right up on here, and you can put adhesive if you'd like, or you really don't have to, because those brads are going to hold it into place nicely. So you just go ahead, and I just like to use these little mini brads, put those through the holes and just open them up on the inside. Just make sure they're nice and flat so that they don't catch as you slide your lid on and off. Okay, so that's the front of the lid, just like that. And now we have the handle, and while it looks a little tricky, it's really not so tricky. These 2 pieces right here are going to attach to the top of the lid. So I'll set those there, and I'm just going to set that aside for a minute. And what we need to do right here, you'll notice that on this longer piece, that's our main handle piece. The little black piece is just a covering panel for decoration. You'll notice that there's a couple little score marks. So you're going to fold on those score marks like that. And then that's going to act like a little place for this ring to go. So go ahead and put your ring on there. It should be just a little loose, and your holes should line right up. So then you just take a little brad and line that up and put a brad through and open it up on the back side. Okay, so that's how that should look on both ends. So go ahead and do that to the other end as well. Okay, so now that you have your brads on each end, you should have a piece that looks just like this, with the brads open on the back side, and you might want to just rotate those so that they're going this way. And then your handle is going to kind of curve a little, so you might want to just train that to curve just a little bit. So that's what your piece should look like, and I'll set that aside. Now you have these two little pieces that look like this, and they're going to curve a little as well. If you'll notice on the final project, those little pieces kind of curve just a little bit. They don't go flat across. That just leaves a little space for those rings to move around. So I just kind of curve that with my fingernail a little bit, and then I'm going to go ahead and put one end and attach that with a brad through the top of the lid, just like this. Okay, now that you have one end attached, you're just going to take your little handle and slide it through that piece, and then put a little brad on the other end. Line up your holes there, and that's where the tricky part is. It kind of curves a little to line up with that hole. And then when you flip it over, be careful not to smash that down. So I'm going to hold that up while I open that brad. Okay, now that I have both brads inserted, it should look like this on the inside, and it should look like this on the outside. So then you go and do the exact same thing to the other end. I'm going to take my little piece here and just kind of train it to curve with my fingernail, and then I'm going to attach one end and then the other. Okay, so now I have one brad inserted, and I just need to feed the little ring through this piece and attach the other end, and we're done. Okay, so it's just a little tricky holding everything here, but it goes together really nicely when you're done. Go ahead and push that through and open up that last brad. Okay, so there's the inside of our lid, and here's the outside, and our little handle is just really neat and attached beautifully. So then that is the way the lid is assembled, and once you slide it on top of your base, it should look like this. So I hope you have fun making these adorable little boxes, and you have a great day. Bye-bye.